So in this lesson for UEFN, we're going to touch very briefly on validation and what you need to look out for when you're making objects. So first thing to say is if you're working in UEFN and you're not bringing anything in from outside, you're probably not even going to notice a validation error. Validation errors come up when you bring in something from outside or you're making your own custom code in UEFN and it's gone wrong. Let me demonstrate by launching a new session. Now, as it's going through launch of this session, it said just then validating 24 assets. There were 24 assets that it tried to validate on my project to make sure that that they work. Basically, nothing goes through to testing to launch a session unless it's passed validation. Now, validation failed in this case. I had to force that to happen by creating a duff file. And I did that in my verse. I created a little verse script. That is the worst bit of coding anyone's ever written. It says test project encountered errors while compiling verse. See verse build diagnostics, and that is here in the message log. If we go down to UEFN validation, you'll see here again it says verse pass error and an invalid verse file. Two issues. One is the issue within the verse file, and one is the verse file itself because it has the issue. Verse build script error unexpected quotation marks following an expression. I don't think I even did that. That's how bad I did it. And the verse validation. So in there, you can see all the issues that might have come out from validation that are stopping you from publishing it. Now, if you've imported an entire project in from another source, then you're going to have loads of these. And if you've got that many, I would just delete everything you've imported and start again. This will also happen if you bring in animation content that has the ACL plugin enabled, animation compression library. We don't want that. It's going to create loads of validation errors. And if you've got an entire mocap library built that way, every single one of them will be listed as being broken, which is no good. So let's just jump back over here and I'll show you what I did. I created a verse file in Hello World device. If I open it up, it's going to launch up Visual Studio. And I've created a script that says, I'm a broken script and I won't validate. And that's why we've got a problem. So maybe what I should do is there's nothing in it. I'll just delete it. I know this is cheating, but I'm demonstrating validation, not verse programming here. As I said before, go to Warforge and find his videos. And just try launching the session. Maybe it'll just override it. Validating 23 project files. It was 24 because one of them was the verse code. That means there's 23 files in my project that it is trying to understand. And as soon as you see matchmaking, that means that you've got through validation and it's going to upload all your files to the project's environment and it will start to work. So the important thing to remember with validation is make sure that all your assets that you bring in comply with the Fortnite ecosystem. The best way of knowing that is from experience of constantly launching a session to test it. Don't build your entire project and then do a launch session because you'll realize a lot of your work will need to be redone. Just keep iteratively testing your game and you'll find projects or find files that are broken as they come into your project rather than discovering them after you've done loads of editing on them. Right, in the next lesson, we are going to quickly look at how we wrap up an entire project, check its project size, check all of its memory calculations and publish it to a private island code so that you can do some testing.